Hey, I'm Brian Baker, and I'm going to make tomato sauce today. And before I start, I'd like to say that if there's anything good about this horrific global pandemic, it is that I can look like I'm in the Clash all day, every day. And if you're in Chicago, you can be Brendan Kelly, which is fun, too. Here's what we got. I moved to New Jersey about 3 years ago, I think, a little over 3 years ago. And I learned about garlic and onion and olive oil. These were all foreign to me. I lived in Washington, D.C. We didn't have such delicacies. But now that I've been here long enough, I can put together tomato, basil, olive oil, garlic, and onion into an amazing red sauce. But I think the key is this pot. It's really heavy and it's really old. And I remember when we bought this. Don't you, hon? It's just after the release of the Gray Race. We were celebrating, and I bought one for everyone in the band. Actually, it's kind of the guy I am. So we've all got pots in Bad Religions. They're heavy. We have a lot of them. I'm lying. I didn't buy shit for anybody, and I didn't even know you when the Gray Race came out. Sorry. I thought I would save us some time and save myself some anguish by chopping the onions and the garlic off camera. Also, in doing so, I am sparing myself the commentary of every single person with a pig chart or pork diagram tattooed on their body that will tell me that I am holding the knife wrong, or I am holding the onion wrong, or I am disrespecting the cutting board, or I am not letting the knife do the work. And here's the thing, chef, I will cut a motherfucker. Huh? We gotta name the sauce. I was floating, I want to conquer the sauce. But then my wife said, how about sea and red sauce, which I think is great. So it's sea and red sauce that we're making. There's no dag nasty option. I'm sorry. Go home. So now we're getting kind of to the right zone on the sweating of the onions. Little brown, you don't want to burn the vegetables. Looking translucent. It's been doing this for, I don't know, 7 minutes. Exactly 7 minutes. I did know. And it's good enough for me, so I'm going to introduce the garlic. And maybe give it a little more heat. I to this day, when I do garlic, and they go, basically cook the garlic until fragrant. And I always thought they said flagrant. Like, that's some flagrant garlic. And it's only in my senior years that I figured out that it was fragrant, which means the smell's good. Fascinating. All right, folks, here comes the fun. You add your tomatoes. 2 cans, 28 ounces per can. That's how they sell them to us now. And so we got these whole tomatoes in here. And now we have the secret weapon, the potato masher. Or as I like to say in my kitchen, out comes the potato masher. And what I'm doing is I'm smashing down these tomatoes so I didn't have to chop them. And I'm just kind of smashing them, squishing them down, because this is going to be, I like to have the pieces of the tomato in the sauce. It just makes it so much more rustic. It's more personal that way. You feel closer to the tomato. because it's most like its original form. I made that up. All right, so it looks like we smashed these guys out. And now we wait. And you know what Tom Petty said? He wasn't lying. I know. Let me see if it's done. Let me see if it's done. Hey, it's done. It's done. The sea and red sauce is finished. Let's taste it. Shall we? Judge Smales. Fantastic. The sea and red sauce is done. And this is sauce. This is not gravy. And there's a good reason for that. I have not lived in New Jersey long enough to start throwing words like gravy around. Also, I live at the shore, which is central, and this is more of a sauce area. I would say gravy is more north, up north. Oh, I forgot to tell you how much of everything I used. It was a cup of chopped onion, about 4 cloves of chopped garlic, put about a 1/4 cup of olive oil in the pan before I sweated the onions and made the garlic fragrant. And yeah, it was 2 cans of tomatoes, you saw that. And it was I used about 8 leaves of basil. I tore up into it. So there we have it, sea and red sauce as performed by Brian Baker. Come on over sometime. I'll make you some. Maybe. I do a pretty good pesto also.